My dear students, crash revision in taxation for CA intermediate under section B indirect taxes. Let us read the question first. Charitable Trust is registered under section 12AA of the Income Tax Act 1961. The trust conducted a 3-day residential yoga camp among people on the occasion of the International Yoga Day for the advancement of yoga and charged rupees 7,500 per person inclusive of stay and food. The one important thing we have to make note of it, the central government is satisfied in the period commencing on and from the first day of July 2012 and ending with the 20th day of October 2015. According to the practice that was generally prevalent, there was non-levy of service tax on the services by way of advancement of yoga provided by entities registered under section 12AA of Income Tax Act 1961. So, Charitable Trust is registered under section 12AA of the Income Tax Act 1961. So, it is also exempted unit. And then the trust also conducted the programs for the advancement of education of persons aged about 65 years in metro cities. A nominal fee was also charged. So, both, for example, Charitable Trust conducted both residential yoga camp as well as it conducted the programs for advancement of education of persons. Okay. Now, the trust received the following donations during the month of September. Solid Private Limited donated RO water plant to the trust costing rupees 75,000 and displayed its company name in the RO system installed at the premises of the trust as donated by Solid Steels Private Limited, trusted by all. And then Mr. Prasanna, a lawyer, donated chairs to the trust. He is an individual. He is a lawyer. Professionally, he is a lawyer. Donated chairs to the trust costing rupees 25,000 and Laval is printed on the chairs donated by him to the trust. The following are the details of GST payment made by the firm. GST of rupees 1,75,000 was paid for the purpose of the motor vehicle for the transportation of the needy person. Within bracket, the seating capacity including driver is 13. That means it has purchased a motor vehicle for which it has paid 1,75,000 rupees as GST. And then it has also paid GST of rupees 2,45,000 for works contract services availed from super builders for construction of trust office building, that is, it is on reverse charge. Charitable Trust also owns and manages a Gurdwara. Apart from these services, it is managing a Gurdwara also. It rented the community hall located in the precincts of the Gurdwara for a rent of rupees 8,500 per day for a marriage function. It's also rented the commercial shop located in the precincts of the Gurdwara for a rent of rupees 10,000 per month per shop. You can assume that the trust is registered under GST and all the transactions are interstate only, not intrastate. I mean, it is intrastate, not interstate. The conditions for availing ITC are fulfilled subject to the above mentioned information. Based on the information given above, choose the most appropriate answers for the following questions 1 to 4. So, the 4 questions have been raised and then answers, choices, 4 choices are also given. You have to select the most appropriate answer. The first one is, which of the following activities conducted by the trust is exempt from GST? For that, there are 4 answers. Advancement of yoga, advancement of education, both A and B, and neither of these activities. As I had already said, Actually, the advancement of yoga provided entities registered under Section 12AA of the Income Tax Act, it has been exempted. Understand? So, advancement of yoga is the correct answer. A is the correct answer. And then, determine the value of taxable supply in respect of donations received by the trust. There are 4 answers given. 25,000 rupees, 75,000 rupees, 1 lakh and nil. Actually 25,000 rupees, it is nothing but actually 25,000 rupees. Mr. Prasanna, a lawyer, donated shares to the trust costing rupees 25,000 rupees, and that in the chair his advertisement is also printed, love all, and is printed all shares donated by him to the trust. And then one more RO water plant was donated by Solid Steels Private Limited to the extent of rupees 75,000 rupees. Out of these, actually the RO system installed at the premises of the trust as donated by Solid Steels Private Limited, trusted by all. Actually here the value of taxable supply is only actually the water plant. For water plant, it has been donated by Solid Steels Private Limited. So outward supply, for example, that means 75,000 rupees is the correct answer. It is the value of taxable supply. And then third question, compute the amount of input tax credit that can be claimed by the trust. As I had already told about, that it is exempted unit. Actually it is a social welfare unit. Charitable trust is registered under section 12AA of the Income Tax Act. It is fully exempted. So in that case, actually input tax credit cannot be claimed by the trust. So nil is the correct answer. And the next, fourth question, which of the following statements are correct under GST in law in respect of Gurdwara managed by Charitable Trust? So here there are 4 answers given. The first one is renting of commodity hall is taxable while renting of commercial shop is exempt. Actually, according to law, the renting of community hall is exempt while renting of commercial hall is taxable. So in point number B, renting of community hall is exempt because it is for social service. While renting of commercial shop, that means it is a profit motive. So while renting of commercial shop, because they are collecting rent, so it is taxable. So the exact answer is renting of community hall is exempt while renting of commercial shop is taxable. We can ignore about these 3, I mean C and D. Both renting of community hall and renting of commercial shop are taxable. Both renting of community hall and renting of commercial shop are exempt. So these are not the answer. The exact answer is renting of community hall is exempt while renting of commercial shop is taxable. Okay.